Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Siku Kene. Uh, we are here today to have a very important interview. Once again, I want to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of you. This is SKTV coming to you live from Phoenix, Arizona. My name is Siku Kene. Today we are going to be having a conversation with one of the finest daughter of our country, Honorable Victoria. Victoria will be here today to have a conversation to discuss her ambition to run as a senator for the most populated county in Montserrado, Republic of Liberia. Let's go to Liberia and see if we are connected with our folks there.
Steve and the rest of the team. Yeah. Let me see. I think the team are already link me. So let me see. Yeah. So good. Let me say on this side it's evening time. So let me say good evening to you. I don't know whether you get to me.
It is good morning here. It's 11. Here is
yes, you gotta check. Are you getting me?
I'm getting you very loud and clear. I'm getting you, yes. So you need to can you hear me?
Yes, I'm getting you loud and clear.
You are very loud and clear as well on this side. So yes, indeed. So this is great. And I'm assuming we are already live on the radio, correct?
Yes, most definitely.
All right. So yes, today, folks, we want to say good evening, good afternoon, good morning, depending where you are. And of course, if you are in Liberia, we want to say good evening to you. And if you are in Australia, anywhere where it's in the morning, we want to say good morning. I want to welcome you once again to SKTV. We are live on Truth FM 96.1. With us today is my colleague, Mr. Johnson Mayborn Kula. He's going to be there to make things happen for us through the radio line. Before we go to our music, what we going to do, because we go to the music and then we share the show and then we start the show. So, and the guest is get running a little bit late, but she will actually be here shortly. So I want to see if you have one or two words to tell our people.
Yes, and so Sekou want to say it's good to be back on the radio. You know, I know there are a lot of them have been missing out the shows.
A whole lot.
Yeah, you know, because there have been a lot of people, you know, that you've been bringing up, you know, for interview. So we're following on the social media. But howbeit, it's good to be back on the radio. So I want to say thanks to our people for the patience. And so we are back on the radio. So if you're there, as Steve already said, I want to say good morning to your side and good evening to your side or good afternoon to your side. But here in Liberia, it's 7 minutes past 6 o'clock. So I want to say good evening to you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayborn Kula. So now what we're going to do, folks, what we usually do, we're going to play one of our Liberian songs here. When we play this song, then we will use that time to share the show, and then we'll be right back. I believe by that time, our guest will be in the studio. So let's just jump into business right away, and we can use that time. Enjoy it. Well, folks, thank you very, very much for those of you who share the show. For those of you who are yet to share the show, please go ahead and do so. We are still having some trouble connecting with the guest. She's okay. I think she is. Yeah, she's still finding it difficult to connect. I hope we will get her on here. But in the meantime, I want to say thank you to those of you who have shared the show. But if you haven't done so, I want to encourage you to do so. It's very, very important. Because when we start this conversation, trust me, it's going to be very, very, very important. Because there will be a lot of revelation. There will be a lot of information that you might have not heard in a long time. And, I've always said I like women in politics. So, because women, when they get into something, not all, I don't know about all of them, but majority of people that I know, when they get into something, into politics, they can go all in. They can get in it with serious passion. And they are very passionate about what they do. And in their decision making, they always consider, their children. I mean, the future of the country. That's why. That doesn't mean that I will personally support every single woman that will run for a political position, but I like to encourage women participation in politics, so they too can be on the table, to get their voice heard. Mr. Kola, what I'm going to do right now, since we are having a little trouble, I'm going to play one more music because I want to go offline and see if I can be of any help to get the guests connected. Let me see here. What, okay. In the meantime, while we're doing this, there are a lot going on, and I want to encourage everybody to share the show. Please do so.
I'm making the people that feeling my heat. T12 on the beat.
You must show me respect when you calling my name, oh. Show me respect when you talking about me, yeah. You must show me respect when you calling my name, oh. Show me respect when you talking about me, yeah. You must show me respect. Show me respect, oh. Yeah. Show me respect when you calling my name, yeah. Show me respect when you talking about me, yeah. Up in Ghana equal, yeah, yeah. Up in Ghana equal, baby. Call me the pro, call me the shiggy, call me the pro. You can call me the shiggy, and I do it before, I can do it again. Call me the dada, I can do it again. You must show me respect when you calling my name, oh. Show me respect when you talking about me, yeah. You must show me respect when you calling my name, oh. Show me respect when you talking about me, yeah. You must show me respect. Show me respect, oh. If you don't know about me, why call my name? If you don't know about me, why spoil my name? Because I'm a musician, because I'm a footballer, because I'm a politician, and because I am a pastor, yeah, 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 yeah. You must show me respect when you calling my name, oh. Show me respect when you talking about me, yeah. You must show me respect when you calling my name, oh. Show me respect when you talking about me, yeah. You must show me respect. Show me respect, oh. I spend the money, but I don't care. You do the talking, and I don't care. Show me respect when you calling my name. Show me respect when you talking about me. Up in Ghana equal, you must show me respect, oh. If you want some blessings, show me respect. If you want to live longer, show me respect. I say, check my records, check my name. The records out there with clarity and distinction. Satya, proceed. Call me the pro, call me the shiggy. You can call me the pro, call me the shiggy. You must show me respect when you calling my name, oh. Show me respect when you talking about me. You must show me respect when you calling my name. Yeah, show me respect. Just to believe them. You must show me respect. Please, I believe them. Show me respect. You must show me respect. Show me respect. You must show me respect.
Hey, so we apologize. We are still finding it difficult to get connected with the guest. Hopefully, she will get connected. We are still trying. Let me see here. Yeah. So I think he just sent me a different number where to send the link. Let's see if that worked. But this has been crazy for her, you know. But let me see here. I hope this worked this time around. Oh, that's not what we want. That is not the link we want. Okay. Let's see here. Yep, she can come, but for some reason we are not getting her to the platform. Let's see here. We apologize, folks. Bear with us a little bit. You know, it's Liberia. People always get in trouble with when it comes to the internet. So please bear with us. We will get this thing taken care of. Let's see again if that help. So yes, so while we await her to get connected, we will talk about Montserrado County a little bit, since even though we're still waiting on her to come and tell us exactly what who is she and what she's up to. She says she's in the backstage. No, but not yet. We are not yet. You got to let me see here. I apologize, folks. Yeah, I'm trying to do my best, man. I'm trying to do my best to make sure the guest is connected. Yeah, she can come, but we can't see her. It seems like her internet is not too strong, whatever the case is. I think moving forward, when we're having some high-profile interview like this, I think we will like the people to go to the studio, so that way we will not have a problem with the internet, because that would be the best way. And we're also working on making sure that the internet thing is consistent there in Liberia. I think Mr. Kola, what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to leave you in studio by yourself. You can play some music from your end.
Okay.
Yeah, so I want to play a phone call. Or unless you want me to play from here, then I can play a phone call. That's fine.
Yes, but no problem. I can still be playing from my end. Yes, we have a lot of traditional songs and so on.
Yeah,
no problem.
Let's do that. Let's do that. Then I want to come back. I will give you a signal. Okay.
Okay, so that's good. So as we go towards 2023, there are a lot of things will be happening. Okay, so let me take that one from top.
Take it.
True FM 96.1, the heart and soul of Liberia.
Simple mistake. Replacement should be fast. Senator Baluni Levan. Koiquah,
Truth FM 96.1, the heart and soul of Liberia.
Make your circle, yeah. Open up. On our side. Just go. Simple mistake you go now. The bigger mistake that yes. Just go pan away, catch your panel. If you don't have a panel, don't catch your panel. Two. On the left. Where? Hey yo, hey. Nakala video. Hey the way nakala video. Nikolo skola chula video. Nikolo yapio nakala video. Mama wena chula video. Where? So. Suba. Make no mistake. Because the bigger mistake that death. Simple mistake you go now. Bigger mistake that death. Don't sit down, run away, catch your panel. Now where? Please don't take your free panel. If you don't have, take your leave. Take your essay. Fetch me away. I saw the radio, na calomnio.
Truth FM 96.1, the heart and soul of Liberia.
Mama, when I do video, radio. Mama, when I do video, I saw on a calomnio. What a support on a calomnio. Now we were a video. Catch your panel. Shake it. Oh, simple mistake you go now. Where? Follow Sugona Calomnio. Now we were a Calomnio. Mama, we're not Calomnio. Mama, we're not Calomnio. Now we were a Calomnio.
Truth FM 96.1, the heart and soul of Liberia.
You lie.
Get the best of news, views, and entertainment on Truth FM 96.1.
At 28 minutes, coming to 7 o'clock. If you're out there, don't do that, touch the dial. And the SKTV, we are still doing some physics technical problem. And we're trying to solve all the technical problem. So if you're out there, I guess, yeah. So, yeah, I'm trying to,
Yeah,
sometimes go back.
you did your best, and you did your best. I think she's having some problem with the Wi-Fi there, and now we're trying to use the hotspot from the phone. It's still not working, but now we are trying to go through a different method to get the internet there. She's working on it, and hopefully everything will be okay. So yes, indeed. So yeah, before we while we await the guests to come on, I wanted to talk something about this whole Montserrado thing. Montserrado being the most populated county in the country. For somebody to be senator there is a big deal, and it is the heart of the country, where pretty much all the major activities are in the country. Until our governments, our people can try to decentralize our governing activities. Pretty much everybody is, Morovia is where everybody go. So it's kind of important on somebody who is aspiring or who want to be a senator for most of the country, you must be up to the task. But while we await many people to jump in, I don't know of any other person at this time. There might be other people thinking about jumping in the race, but while we have only 1 year away from the election, it will be very, 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 very difficult for anybody to come after this period, because this the way the more you wait, the more problem it's going to be. So now the incumbent in person of Senator Sir Joseph, um, a lot of people they criticize the CDC, may say a lot of good thing about, I mean, bad thing about the CDC, negative thing about the CDC, and the rest of it. But yes, some of the same people will also come out and say, you know, but Sir Joseph is good. They will say that. I don't know why they say that. I never been to Liberia since he was senator, so I don't know why. Some people are attributing those positive thing because of his stand when he came to the Ebola thing. Ebola, and then some people say he's building X, Y, and Z, but yet what we are yet to see is to see a challenger, somebody who can challenge him and somehow unveil some of the negative thing about him. For example, Sir Joseph, what was he doing before he became representative? What was his financial standing? And then he became a senator. And now today, all of the properties, all the money, and everything he has right now, how did he acquire the money? How did that happen? So those are serious questions that people may want to hear. It looks like we are lucky now. It looks like we are lucky now. I'm not too sure, but I think the guest is here. Hopefully, this will be a luck for us. Hello. Can you hear me? Okay. So if you can hear me, you need to unmute yourself. You are muted. You need to unmute yourself. So we can see you very clearly now. Okay. Now unmute yourself again. Let me see here. Uh-oh. You just turn off the camera. Go by and turn on the camera. And well, we are having serious technical problems, folks. We apologize. Hopefully she will come back on and be ready. So, Mr. Kula, like I was saying, sometimes you can never tell the strength and the power of certain people until they are challenged by some powerful force. Until people dig deeper on their negativities. You know, a lot of people can do very well when they're on the offensive. But the minute you put them on the defensive, then you know their weaknesses. You know their weak point.
Exactly.
But when people like say, for example, I've seen a lot of talk show hosts, right? When they're on the show, just talking about themselves, talking, you know, you feel like, oh my God, this guy is very good.
Yes.
But by the time you bring in somebody else to argue with them, to even challenge them on some of the opinions they express, and even to give fair interview is hard for them. But when it comes to talking, they will talk, nonstop. You'll be like, oh, this guy is the best, you know, speaker. So likewise, when you're in a certain position, especially senator, representative, or any other position that's elective position, and you never been strongly challenged, everything can look good for you. But when you are challenged by somebody that know exactly what they are doing, and try to dig deeper. Try to bring about some of your negative, some of the negative about you, and try to, you know, hold on one second. So, um, Sir Joseph has been working very hard. People are even saying that maybe this guy is even looking beyond senatorial position. Some people are saying that he may be looking to be
The next.
the next big man after we are.
Mhm.
Some people are saying no, maybe they may be looking to be vice. When there was a misunderstanding between the current vice president and the CDC, people thought, Honorable Victoria, your line seems to be open, but it looks like you are muted. You stay muted. Please go ahead and unmute yourself. Unmute your stuff. Just click on the mute stuff so it will unmute it. Can you hear me? Yeah, it's muted, or just click on the microphone, the little microphone sign.
I think she's saying she cannot hear you. Okay, let me just tell.
Yeah, because she's muted. She needs to mute herself. Yeah, she said, I can't hear you. I saw that in the chat. Yeah, unfortunately, it's not working.
Yeah, I don't know about like she needs help.
So yeah, let's see. So while we try to get her on,
Yeah.
yeah.
So you were talking about besides just
Yes, I just so
yeah. Go ahead.
yeah. So maybe you want to chip in here while we are with her, because for anybody to challenge Sir Joseph in Montserrado, you got to be ready, and you got to have a good message, and you also have to make sure that you don't challenge Sir Joseph by himself as Sir Joseph. You got to tar him with the government, because every corruption that's going on in the government, he is not exempted. Despite the fact that he's doing some good things in the country, but he is in the government, and he is, I think, the chair on administration or something like that.
And yes, and seguramente não call you to
Okay, I think she's on, but
Okay.
she's off again.
Okay. So as I was saying, let me not cut it off, but he admitted to that. I think quite recently when he came down, when he traveled, I think he was somewhere around in the US. When he came down, he really admitted to that, to what he just said. So and we got the audio here, everything. I don't know why you like for all to play it.
Yeah, that he's part of the government. He's tied to the government. Whatever corruption is going on, whatever things going on, whatever negative is going on, as a senator, you can have an impact on your people. Because why? Okay, let's see. I want to make sure. All right. Can you hear us now?
Yeah, I can.
You can hear?
If you can hear me, I cannot hear you. Sorry, I'm not hearing you. Actually,
we can hear you very loud and clear.
I don't know if you are hearing me, but I can't
Yes.
hear you.
Yes, we are hearing you. Oh my gosh, this is funny. She can hear. We can hear you. Maybe you need to turn up your phone, the volume on your phone. If you're using your phone, turn up the volume. If you're using a laptop, you got to turn up the volume.
Truth FM 96.1, the heart and soul of Liberia.
Oh my God.
Truth FM 96.1, the heart and soul of
We can hear
Liberia.
you, but if you can hear us, then maybe you need to go back out and come back. Go off and come back. Let me see here. Let me take her off. So like I was saying, every corruption going on in the government. Let me tell you this. You know, the government, the executive, everything they are doing, all the budget they've been passing, whether through the Senate, whether through the House of Representatives, they have people there that are working tirelessly to make sure that everything we want he gets. Hello? Can you hear us now? I think you need to put the volume up. I think she's on a laptop. Put the laptop volume up so you will hear us. Maybe if it doesn't work, then we can just call on the phone. Then we can have a conversation on the phone. Yeah, because I think our internet, everything is good now, but the volume on the device is using, that's the one it's not up. Can you hear us? Let me see.
So this is terrible today.
But
I can't hear you. I don't know. I checked my volume is at.
We can hear you.
My volume. Okay. I don't know.
Yeah,
my volume is at 100%, but I don't know. I don't know why.
Why are you not hearing us?
Maybe I need to restart the computer again. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe you need to do that.
So let me restart the computer.
Yeah.
Truth FM 96.1, the heart and soul of Liberia.
So, Mr. Mebon Kula, let me say this. It's unfortunate that we are not having, we're already almost like 45 minutes into the show, but we want to apologize to our many viewers and listeners. We're having some technical problem. And to be honest with you today, many people are here to listen to this lady. Many people want to hear, I want to see what she has in store in terms of whether is intellect, whether is knowledge, whether is finance, whatever it is, in terms of support system, in terms of experience, what she has in store to stand. Now, the other one that she used, that one, it doesn't work. The other one she used to come on, that's the best way. So what I was saying here is that everything the government is doing, the executive is doing, they're not doing it on their own. They have a lot of enablers, people who help them to do things to happen. So, for example, you never hear buffer chamber anything. So, oh, buffer chamber doing that, buffer chamber doing that. Buffer chamber is one of the major problems for Liberia because he is the speaker that allows everything to go through. That will also censor other opinions that seem to be opposing some of the things government is doing. But nobody heard about him. Everybody said, Joy, we are something to McGill. But McGill, something to Joy, we are every stealing, every corruption they are engaged in is being aided and abetted by the people in the House of Representatives and the Senate. Same thing with the guy, the guys in the Senate. So every major corruption that's been going on with this government, most of them are part of it. But I'm not the one to campaign for anybody. But what I can do, I can give people an idea as to what is actually going on and how this whole government thing, how it works. Because every time they want something to pass. For example, the Bulgarian problem that they had when the Bulgarian company came to take over the Buchanan port. Guess what happened? There was a serious corruption that went on, wherein they talk about $3.5 million from that company. And McGill were not part of that deal, even though they gave some money to the president. But because McGill was not part of that deal, McGill was not happy. McGill went to the president and said, hey, McGill went to the president, hey, Mr. President, these guys, whatever over there they did, that's not the way to do it. America is not even happy with us. The process went wrongly. We should have opened it to everybody, opened it to other companies, other countries to bid for it, and that did not happen. So they didn't go through the actual procurement process or whatever that's supposed to happen. It didn't happen. So you got to tell them that the deal will not go through. And who were involved with that deal? Who was center of that deal was Molma Molu, Akala Gray, Thomas Fala. And out of that $3.5 million United States dollar, we were told, and this has not been refuted, that $500,000 was given to Sir Joseph to rush the deal through the Senate. This is just one thing I've just mentioned, just one thing. There are a lot of things that happen. So they are all involved, they all work together. What sets Sir Joseph apart from those other guys? He is apparently doing something with his own money that they are all taking in the country. But the other guys are lavishing the money, using the money the way they want. Let's see here. Can you hear us now? I think we will just call on the phone so we can have a conversation on the phone. Let me tell her we can hear you.
Truth FM 96.1, the heart and soul of Liberia.
Yeah, so let me do this real quick.
Truth FM 96.1, the heart and soul of Liberia.
Oh, super. Second. I don't. I'm not. Marcel, I don't understand why. I'm not hearing you, and you can hear me. So if we can keep this phone on, and then I can hear the questions from here and respond for the public. What you think? Or it will not sound. I will not sound out. Okay. So let's do it from here. This one will remain on, and I will listen to the question and respond.
Yeah, the public can hear me. So if you can hear me, then that's okay. Even though you're not hearing me through the studio, Melbourne, I think we can have something going on here in a very unusual way, but we have to just improvise, do whatever we can to have this conversation.
Yes.
So yeah, so if you can hear me, it is unfortunate that we got to go through all these things. Sometimes things happen. It's technology. But I want to say thank you since this is your debut on SKTV. We want to welcome you to SKTV. Briefly, tell our people
Yeah, I want to
Senatorial is.
thank you. Thank you, Sekou. I'm happy to be on your show today. And it's a pleasure. We look forward to a successful discussion, a healthy discussion. And I look forward to coming back on your show over and over and again. Yes, and by the way of introduction, I'm Victoria Tolo Koiquah, and I come from the ANC. Of course, everybody knows that. I am the Deputy Vice Chair for Political and International Affairs at the ANC. At the CPP level, I'm a member of the National Advisory Council until otherwise ordered with the new CPP framework document that is being not new, but the CPP framework document that is being revised. So, but as it stands, I'm a member of the National Advisory Council, and I am also aspiring for Montserrado County senatorial seat. Yeah, I will be running 2023 for the Senate.
Okay, so I didn't even know that you were the vice chair for political and international affairs. Is that what you said?
I am the Deputy Vice Chair for Political and International Affairs.
Oh, okay. That's good to know. Okay, yeah. So getting back to the actual discussion. So you say you are aspiring for the senatorial position.
Do you have internet problem from your end?
No, I do not. I do not. I have no internet problem at all. Everything is good from my end here. But if you can hear me, I think you can you hear me? Hello?
True FM 96.1, the heart and soul of Liberia.
This is crazy, man. So folks, we want to apologize. I mean, they kind of music that we can play. I like them. I like it. I don't like the fact that we got to go through this technical issue, but I like this song. I like the song you're chipping in, man. I like it.
Okay, that's great. You know, myself, actually, I'm really feeling so.
Yeah, I'm feeling for her too. I mean, she's been
struggling though.
She's been trying by all means, but it's not working. But yeah. So what I was saying here, some people may not like it. Some Sadducees support us, and some CDC may not like what I'm saying here. But let's see here. I think she's here again. Hello? Can you hear me? Uh-oh. Maybe I need to call her again on the phone.
And okay, so we're going to take this break.
Hello? It's not working.
Wow, this is so
So, Mr. Johnson, like I was saying, whatever that is going on right now is unfortunate, and I think she's trying. We'll keep trying. We still have about 1 hour to go. We already finished consume 1 hour. Uh, uh,
She come in. It's very tough today.
yeah, we're already in 1 hour already gone in on the show. Yeah, but again, like she said, we will maybe rearrange and see. And what happened today is that I think the whole Wi-Fi is not working today, which is unfortunate. So let me do this. So, like I was saying here, we will. I mean, maybe I will just call her on the phone. They would have some conversation with her on the phone, and because she's still having problem with 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 the volume over there. Uh, Hello, can you hear me? Can you hear me? If I knew this, if I knew it was going to have this, we're going to have this problem. We're just going to make her go to the studio to you guys there. So that would have been very easy. Yeah, but let's let me see here what's going on here. This is crazy, right? It's all right. Let's just do this on the phone.
You hear this?
Hello. Uh, Hello. Can you hear me? I think we need to get this
This.
video and just do the audio.
Hey, Seku. Hey,
Can we just do the audio and forget about the video since the video is not working? Can we just talk on the Wi-Fi on the WhatsApp?
Yeah, we can continue like this. I'm just
Yeah,
surprised
yeah,
that
yeah, but you just muted yourself again. You muted yourself again.
yeah,
so we can
continue.
continue like this. I'm just surprised that they.
Yeah. Okay. Briefly, while we we were on the radio. We are on the radio. We just lost connection because we're on the radio throughout. We've gone 1 hour into the show without being able to have a conversation. But yeah, again, let me ask you, since you can hear me, what motivated you that you want to run for a Senate position? You want to run for a senator in Montserrado? Why? What is the motivation here?
And a little bit low. What motivated my ambition? That's the question, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's simple. Seku, I was born in a slum community, grew up in a slum community. But long story short, what I went through when I was growing up and what I see happening today, I feel that the country has deteriorated. Even though we grew up in a hardship, in a slum community where we used to swim to go to school, most especially during our days in school. By this time, schools were in section. Right after July 26th, you go back to school in August. So we were going to school during the rainy season. A lot of things happening, things that are happening today. You used to hear about Hamen. You used to hear about rape. You used to hear about men beating on women. You used to hear about corruption. But today, I believe it has gone extreme. Everything has deteriorated. And I see that with the experience I come with, my over 20 years experience I come with, and I believe that the legislature is our main problem instead of the executive, because if the legislature is doing its work, the executive will concur to do its work. But I see that most time the legislature is the main problem. So I felt going to the legislature will make a difference, even though people say you are just one person, and this is why I am running to be senator. I'm also encouraging people with integrity to also run so that we can change the legislature. I'm also campaigning for Mr. Alexander B. Cummings because I feel if you have an integrity person at at the executive, and you have integrity people in the legislature, Liberia will move forward. So that motivated me that I have this experience. I have gone across the country, implemented projects, and I understand the issues people are faced with. So we cannot sit on a fence and think that Liberia will be better when we have the experience. So that motivated me to go and see how we change things for our children, our grandchildren, our grandchildren. So yes, that's my motivation, Sekou.
So yeah, so speaking of your experience, can you elaborate a little more on your experience? Tell me a little bit about your experience. Well, what have you done in terms of?
Okay, like I s- like yeah, like I said, I have more than 20 years experience in um grants management, resource mobilization, project implementation, programs management, human resource management, human relation, and I have expertise in child protection, gender issues in general, not only gender-based experience, but most especially I have also experience in reviewing huge budgets up to 22 million, or 10 million, even 50,000 up to 22 million. So I feel that I come with a lot on the table, and I feel we can help change our country. We can improve the lives of our people through their own tax they pay, through their own efforts they make in terms of contributing to our economy. So you just need the right people there. So that's just a little bit about me.
Yeah, so when you talk about experience, I I just want to know whether we are speaking on the services you provided, the experience you accumulated over the years. Are those from the private sector or from government work? And I want to get some specifics as to where you work and where you manage 20 million or 10 million, 20 million. Just give me an idea.
Okay, so I started my career with being a manager at a video club where I had a very, very big video club that took at least 300,000 people, 300 people in a video club. By the time I was in Guinea, Gegedu, and I also, after that, I started to work with UNHCR, where I serve as full basket agent, where we had to ensure that rations that are given to refugee are correct as per your coupon. After that, I serve as a translator at GPS. They call it groupement, the prestataire, the service, that is in French. Sorry, I speak French also because I went to school in Guinea, but this was a local NGO working for Plan International in Guinea. So I work with them to do translation of documents, vice versa, from English to French and from French to English. I later transition at Plan International, where I work as a team leader uh, at, uh, at the child data as a data clerk, but data clerk in the sense that you manage the entire system. You still have to do the translation. You
Like,
still have
like,
to enter the data in the system.
like a
Yeah,
data
yeah,
analyst.
in the system. So it's not yeah. So it's not just like they just give you data and you enter into the system. But it had a name, child data clerk. So that I led the team. And later on, I worked a little bit in Senegal, and I also moved on to Liberia because
In Senegal as what?
during the war,
You work in Senegal as what?
yeah, come again with it.
I said you work in Senegal as
In
what?
Senegal, I work as grants administrator in Senegal.
For which
Yeah, I
company?
worked a little bit in Senegal as grant for Plan International as well. And
Okay.
then I work in Liberia for the same Plan International. People will say, yes, all of your life have been Plan International. It is because of the kind of woman I am. I'm a trustworthy woman. So yes, I stay long in a company because they believe in me, and I contributed a lot. So my last role in Plan International, I served as the business development coordinator, where I led fundraising efforts, where I led grants management efforts, where I led project implementation efforts. Because once you are the resource mobilization, once you are leading resource mobilization, you have to ensure not only to bring the money in, but you have to ensure that the money that comes in, it is implemented fully according to the proposal you submitted that was approved. So that has been my role in past time. So looking for money, and usually I don't call it money the way we call it money, because I like money, so I look for money. I like to look for money.
So I like that. So let me ask you, have you worked in government before? In a government at all?
Uh, I will answer yes, and the reason is simple. In 1986, I was in school. By then, you used to have vacation school. By December, you have your vacation school. You go, vacation job. Sorry, you do your late job. By March, they pay you, and then you'll be able to buy your uniform, pay some of your school fees and things. So yes, I work in government. I work at the Liberian Water and Sewer for 2 years. I used to go there for vacation jobs. So for that, I would say I work with government, but that is directly. But indirectly, yes, I work for government, because once you work for an international organization or even a local organization, once it is a non-profit organization, it is you work to buttress the government's effort. So indirectly, yes, we work with government because you have to work with all sectors of government. For example, if I had to write a proposal that I want to only deal with infrastructure, I had to first of all, what kind of infrastructure I want to work on. If the infrastructure is you want to build schools, you have to work with the Ministry of Education, you have to work with the Ministry of Public Works to ensure that the structure you want to put down will not affect the students tomorrow, but mainly working with the Ministry of Education to ensure that the quality you want in our school, the Ministry of Education will be able to take on a role when the project has ended and you have exited. So yes, indirectly, I have worked with government, but not directly, like government is paying me. It's like you have to work with them to ensure that. Let me give you an example. We wrote a project and we call it Safe School Project. We had to build schools. We had to train teachers. The project lasted for 5 years. So we had to work with the Ministry of Education to ensure that when we exit the project, they will be able to pay the teachers, because we identify teachers through the Ministry of Education, meaning the Ministry of Education will tell us these teachers are qualified. They have gone through, the normal teachers training. They just need like rehearsal and other things, refresher training. So we take them. If they are not on payroll, we take them, pay the salary, and then after the project, yes, then you transition to the government payroll. So we indirectly will work with the government, work with the Ministry of Gender, most especially because all of the project you do, the gender across protection, across all. So you have to work mostly with the Ministry of Gender. You also work with the Ministry of Youth and Sports, because we are talking about building youth capacity, so you cannot do a work without working with the Ministry of Youth and Sports. So yes, indirectly, we have worked with the government. So we understand some of the issues in the government, and this is why I say I'm fit for the job, because we understand some of the tactics there.
Okay, thank you very much. Can you briefly pronounce your full name again so that we just joined the radio so people can know exactly the person we are having a conversation with?
You want me to
just state your full name. I don't want to say it the wrong way. I want you to be the one to pronounce it.
Oh,
so we just joined the radio again. The radio is on now. Now we're on the internet. When I go on the radio again.
So yes, I want to say good evening to all of our supporters across Montserrado and across the country. This is your own senator in waiting, Madam Victoria Tolo Koiquah, on the show tonight. So my names are Victoria Tolo Koiquah. Thank you, Seku. Thank you so much for the recognition. At least my people will know that I'm on the show. Thank you.
Exactly. So yes, Victoria Koiquah. I want to say again, welcome to SKTV. We are live on Truth FM. So I want to say thank you to our viewer and follower on there. So another question I want to ask you, you said you were the deputy chairperson for political deputy vice chair for political and international affairs.
Yes.
Can you briefly tell us what you do? Your function.
I do everything. I do everything to make. I do everything to make. For example,
what are the functions? What are something you've been doing?
Look, usually in political parties, almost everybody doing this almost the same thing, because in political party the objective is for you to take over as a government. So you have people who are responsible for a specific role, but this doesn't mean that you cannot make more efforts, you cannot make more efforts. So like, for example, I have the title Deputy Vice Chair for Political and International Affairs. My boss is Representative Thomas Goshua, who is the Vice Chair for Political and International Affairs. So the role of this department is to come up with political strategies. Yeah, come up with political strategy that will help the party move forward. Your role is also to link with the diaspora, the international people, be it in Africa, be it in the US, be it in the UK, be it in Europe as a whole. Your role is to link with them, come up with some strategy that you can link with them, and then they can implement on that side and support your activities on this side. So that's actually our role. Our role is also to reach out. Like, for example, I take my time. Seku, if you check your inbox, I contacted you nonsense that, because that's my role. I'm supposed to reach out to people. That's my role. I contacted you nonsense, and you didn't respond to me until I think a bit over 2 years, Seku. Until recently, I saw you sending me texts and saying, hi, can I have you on my show? I said, oh, Seku is. So that's my role. I reach out to people. When I see potential people, I reach out to them. I'm on Facebook. I'm not just there to look, but I'm there to see the kind of comments that are on Facebook. What are the comments? Is it positive? Is it negative? Maybe if it is negative, I go after you when I see that you are a fish that can bring some political dividends to the party. Even though Seku, up to now you say you're refusing, you are a talk show host. So for that reason, you don't want to answer my request. You jump over all my requests and just say, can we have you on the show? So yeah, that's my role, Seku.
All right, thank you very much. I don't really know.
I hope I'll put you easily today.
No, you're good. You're good. Let me say this. You don't know how many people can reach out to me in terms of asking or requesting my support for them or for their party. Some people even want me to join their party. You know, I've said this before. And let me tell you something. They request for me to join party. The one I can get on a daily basis is too much. To be honest with you, you said you sent a message to me 2 years. I did not even respond. To be honest, I didn't even see it. I did not even know you, to be honest. So I got a lot of people that be sending me messages upon messages on a daily basis, to be on their side. But I have decided that for now, I'm not going to affiliate with any political party. When I make my decision as to who I want to support for president, I will definitely do so in the open. I don't go behind the scene to do my stuff. When I decided to support Delon, I did it right here on the platform. Similarly, I did it for Nyambly and Mayam Fofana. So everybody I will support, I can't just say I'm supporting this person. I'll tell you reasons why I believe this person is the right person to support. So my question to you now, you are aspiring to be a senator. What is your understanding about legislation? How does it work?
Good. I like the question. And the reason I like the question is that most of the time I go to the communities engaging my people, and then they will ask me, Madam, can you tell us your platform? And I will tell them, I do not have a platform. And people are surprised for me to say, I do not have a platform. It is serious. I do not have a platform. My job role is already there. The 3 cardinal functions of a lawmaker is already there. Maybe I need an enabler to be able to succeed in my role as a lawmaker. So I know that as a lawmaker, you have 3 cardinal functions. You need to adequately represent your people. You need to check and balance the government. That is, you need to have oversight over them and monitor them. Yes. So the 3 cardinal function is lawmaking, oversight, and adequate representation. So you have that, but you need an enabler to be able to succeed. What do I mean if I say an enabler? For example, we were talking about when you asked me, have you ever worked in government? And I said no, but indirectly I have worked in government. So you want to look at some of the acts that created some of these land ministries, these agencies. You want to look at the acts that created them. If the act that created them is not in favor of our people, if that entity is just created for money eating, then let us find a way to see how either we improve the entity to be able to contribute to our economy or to contribute to the living condition of our people. But you cannot have an entity, just an entity, because you want to have that entity. Let me take, for example, the Ministry of Justice. Somebody may want to say, I'm being funny. And yes, it is funny, but it is serious. The Ministry of Justice, the act that created the Ministry of Justice, if we go by the act, if the Ministry of Justice is not playing a role, meaning that they are not needed, let's get rid of the Ministry of Justice. Because let's take, for example, look at what happened in recent time. Look at what happened in recent time and some of the things that are happening across our country. We don't see the Ministry of Justice taking action. They wait for the president to give them instruction. That is not why you were created. You were created with a job role giving you what you're supposed to do, what every department is supposed to do in the entity. So once there are things going wrong as the Ministry of Justice, you should be doing your work. So if this entity is not doing anything, we pay them. Can you imagine you will be paying people at the Ministry of Justice and your people are not secure? No security for your people. Then what the need of the Ministry of Justice? Either we compare them, and I said we will look at the act, either we compare them to do their work, get rid of the entity. If the entity is useless, let's get rid of it. Look at the Liberia National Police. You have a spokesman who comes up and tell people that something that you saw with your eye, you are paid to protect life and property. You come on and tell people that nobody carry official complaint. So for that reason, you cannot make arrests. But when the president said make arrests, and, you know, when he made out his political statement, because I see that statement as dishonest. I see it as dishonest. He's not genuine to the Liberian people, and he's taking the Liberian people to be fools around here. So making that kind of dishonest statement, whereas you know very well that it is you people who send those people to disrupt the students from their protests, and you sit and pretend and make a political statement just because the international community is looking at you. So I just want to say these things. That let's take, for example, the Minister of Youth and Sport. You wouldn't hear Zioga Wesin talking when you have Kante Meets or Lusta is playing. When last you have had Zioga Wesin coming to tell you issues that are affecting the young people in this country? Or when last have you seen him telling you that these are things that we are doing to improve the lives of the young people in this country? You wouldn't hear him talking about football. How to play? He will come on a show to talk about Lone Star. When there is content me, he will come out to talk about content me. You don't hear anything about the lives of the young people. So why do we have these ministries? So either the legislature compare them to work, or either the legislature compare them to work, or they should not be there. That's my point.
All right, thank you very, very much. So folks, if you're just joining on, this is SKTV coming to you live from Phoenix, Arizona. With us today is Honorable Victoria Tolu Koiquah. Hopefully she gets back. I think she's back. So yeah, so one more question for you. Another question the next question for you is that I'm hearing myself. I think.
Sorry.
Okay. Go. Yeah. So another question I have for you is that the current senator, the incumbent senator, if you were to take on Sajo, I'm hearing myself. That it's going to give bad.
I think you fine
on the radio. So I'm hearing myself. It's not good.
I think you fine now. Are you okay?
Can you hear me? All right.
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Okay. So still the same. Let me see here. So the question I was asking is that Sajose being in that country and been doing good in the eyes of a lot of people, from representative to senator. Okay, and some people call him Ebola hero and the rest of it. Do you think you are ready to take on Sir Joseph? You got to mute yourself. You got to unmute yourself. We're not hearing you. Still not hearing you. You got to mute yourself. You are muted. Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much for the question. When people say Sir Joseph is doing well, I usually laugh and tell them that I don't know what well Sir Joseph is doing, and sorry that actually I have to call Sir Joseph name because you brought this up, but actually right now in Montserrado, there is nobody crowing, a rooster crowing around here. It is only Victoria, the rooster, that is crowing around here. And trust me, the movement is growing, and we're going to win these elections because we are going with genuine mind. Even though it is a political thing, everybody will be saying the same thing, but whether they are genuine about what they are saying is what now the people will be looking for, and they will be looking for that in us. And this is it. Let me start by Ebola heroes. Seku, I was leading business development efforts in my organization. I raised over 15 million during the Ebola crisis from different donors, reaching from one donor to another. We implemented projects across the country where we built hand pumps, we built toilets. I mean, anything we gave. We even built a clinic in Montserrado here in the Todi Bell where Madame Salif dedicated that clinic. We work in almost all of the hospitals. We help. We transfer monies to the county health teams. And that is how people work. If Sir Joseph feels that he can help Montserrado, I feel all of what he's doing, he should pass it through the government. If you are doing anything in the health sector, let it pass through the health sector. So I'm just trying to say that the only reason people call Sir Joseph Ebola hero, some of us would have been called Ebola hero, but because he had an ambulance, whether it was political, but I believe it was political, where he would just be riding around the town and would be sounding, we they say Ebola hero coming. But we contributed immensely in the health sector during the Ebola crisis. So that is something that you should. And our contribution was directly to the people. Our contribution was not to show up. It was not to show up. Our contribution was just to ensure that the lives and property of people are safe. That was our contribution. So nobody talk about being Ebola hero and leaving some of us or who led business development and raised a lot of money, who were always in all of the meetings held by the Ministry of Health, work with all of the county health teams in all of the counties that were affected. We work in all of those counties. We put ourselves in a line during the Ebola period. So you can say that. But let me come to when you talk about Sir Joseph
if you're ready to take
I believe Sir Joseph is richer than Montserrado County. Everything that Sir Joseph is doing, he's doing it for himself. All of the infrastructure Sir Joseph had is for himself. The day he's no longer a senator, the infrastructure is for him. Whether he has a clinic, whether he has a school, it is for him. It's not for the Liberian people. It's not for the people of Montserrado County. At best, even if he has a
man. Well, we are getting to the juicy part of the conversation. Then now we are losing the guest. Hopefully she will come back. Steve, I want to say welcome. I know you've been busy. We have a big program here today. Hopefully, hello?
So, yes, okay. I'm back. Please accept me in. I'm backstage.
You're in. You are in. Go ahead. Can you hear me?
I'm backstage.
You are in. You're not backstage. You're in. You're in studio. Go ahead.
It's telling me that I'm backstage.
But I'm telling you now, you are in. You're not backstage.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So, are you okay? I think she's having some connection problem at her end. So, Steve, welcome.
Yes, thank you, Mr.
We,
Cunningham.
we having problem with the connection over there throughout, and we even connecting right now the unusual way. I have her connected on the phone. She getting my voice through the phone, and then we're getting her voice through the system. So to tell you how crazy it has been today.
Yes, she's trying to come back.
Yeah. So can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
I'm hearing you.
All right, go ahead. Continue with your deliberation. You are responding about Mr. Joseph.
Yeah, so I was saying that all of the hospital or school that Sir Joseph has, it is people pay to go to those schools. It is not free of charge to say it's a public thing. But then let's look at it. This is Montserrado. You have over 2 million people living in Montserrado. How many people, if he has a school? Because sometimes people say Sir Joseph is building a school. It is not completed. I know in the New Jersey area, somebody told me that he had an
Well,
Yes, sorry.
I think she will be back, but
he's actually back, but
Next time we'll go to the studio.
yeah, next time she'll go into the studio. Even now, her any other person, any high profile interview we're having in Moravia, we'll like the person to go to the station. That would be very easy for us. Yeah. So Steve just came back. I think you responded to the Sir Joseph question. You said everything he has in Liberia or everything he's doing in Liberia is not for the country, it's for him. Yeah, I'm hearing myself again. Steve, you want to come in?
yes, the feedback from the other gadget that's on.
Yeah, because she has me up there on the radio. I mean on her phone, so that's why it's getting bad. But you know, all in all, I think we can now continue this conversation with her another day.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, because this is not healthy. It's not correct at all. Yeah, she's not getting us at all when through the system.
Yes, I would suggest we reschedule.
Yeah, I think we can reschedule for next week. Maybe next week Saturday. Can you hear me?
She's not hearing you either.
All right, let me get to her through the phone.
Well, Mr. Cunningham, thank you for welcoming. Johnson, it's good to see you. Good to be back with all of you, our beautiful people here following us from all across Liberia. I want to say thank you all around the world. Those of you in the US, in Australia, in Canada, and other places, we want to say thank you and thank you. Today, as you're already aware, is Saturday, the 6th of August, 2022. Sorry I'm late. Been running around since morning, since 6. Been running around. We have some issues and some things going on here for us in Arizona, the July 26th celebration. And so we've been taking care of that to clear out the way. But it's good to be back. I think my eye feel much better, but I still have the glasses here just in case. I hate that glasses thing. I lie to you. I thing. I know how people can do it. It's annoying. It's annoying. I swear if you're not used to it. But well, it's good to be back. I'd really wish to have been part of the conversation with Victoria Koiquah. I do have lots of questions for her, but hopefully we can reschedule for next Saturday to have her on with us. We have a lot of things to talk about, especially when it comes to her aspiration.
We could just talk to her on the phone. I mean, on the phone to finish the rest of the time.
I think so. That too can work.
Video. Yeah. Let me see if you pick up that we can just talk on the phone. All right, let me see here. Well, yeah, so Steve,
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Your friend D Curtis stay asking whether it's still July in your state.
Well, I don't blame D Curtis. It's not July, it's August in our state. But I don't blame D Curtis, he's confused.
Yeah, so we wanna have about 20 minutes to go. 20 minutes. So hello? Hello? I think we should just do the rest of the conversation on the phone. Yeah. Let's talk about the video because it's kind of being very, very awkward and it's not coming out well. So I wanted to put you on the phone so we can we're gonna have 20 minutes or 20 more minutes together here. So I'm trying to see maybe if Steve can ask you 1 or 2 questions. But yeah, so we can conclude the conversation on the phone. Maybe even if the video going to be there, I'm going to mute the video so you can just talk on the phone. All right, let's get the audio from the phone. So yeah, Steve.
Yes, I can hear you.
You have a question for her. I think she can hear you.
Yes, I was unfortunately not following. Maybe you've asked some of these questions, but I want to. First thing I want to say before I get into my question is the win for the opposition in 2019, 2022, especially in Montserrado, which was considered the stronghold of the CDC, came by evidence or by all indication of the CPP, the unity. Now we don't have this. We don't have similar unity as we had. Considering the division.
Can you repeat the question?
Steve, you got to make it very brief because you're not hearing all the things what you're saying. So I want you to go to the question directly so that way she can get it.
I have to let it premise before I ask the question because if I ask the question, she will get lost.
That's true.
We'll get lost.
That's true, but unfortunately, she's not hearing everything.
Well, I'll reserve my question for another time.
Yeah.
When she comes back.
So yeah, Steve want to ask a very good question, but the fact that you're not hearing, so he want to reserve his question for next time when you come here. Maybe we can reschedule for next week.
Can you repeat the question?
No, he did not finish the question. He was laying the question premise before asking the question, but you kept saying you're not hearing him.
Oh, let me try again because I'm hearing you now.
All right, Steve.
I can hear you now.
Steve, try again.
The CPP is no longer together. Senator Darius Dillon won in Montserrado after trying more than once. Won in Montserrado because of the efforts of the CPP. You want to run in Montserrado, but you are on record when the CPP was having all of the halubalu. You are on record This is what you stated on February 17th, 2022. Let me quote what you stated. Quote, the framework document says every political party that would withdraw from the CPP is free to go, but such party will not feed candidate in the name of that party. So you either go as an independent candidate or with another political party. Do you think you stand any chance of winning Montserrado County, especially against that Joseph? If so, without the CPP, if so, what are your chances?
Okay, thank you. You can hear me, right?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, so if I understood your question, and thank you. So there's Steve guy who is on his social media as Mose can follow people. Yes, I wrote that. I remember I wrote that on my Facebook page, and that is what we believed. We all agreed to.
Because, like I said in my intro,
Go ahead.
So like I said in my So like I said in my intro, I am a member of the National Advisory Council.
You muted yourself. You muted. She's muted. We can't hear you. We can't hear you.
You muted yourself. You muted yourself. You gotta mute yourself. You are muted. Okay. Oh no, you get muted again. You will mute and then you mute again. Okay.
So I was saying that I am a member of the National Advisory Council, like I said in my intro. So I knew exactly what was placed in the framework document, and we all knew what was placed there. We all knew the intent of what was placed in the framework document. So we had a clause, section 8.5, that we was in the framework, that is in the state, because it stayed there, we are amending, in the framework document that talk about political parties, constituent political parties who wish to leave the CPP. They are free to go anywhere they want to go. The document say you're free to go because our constitution gave freedom of movement. But then if you want to go, you got our ANC in a CPP, because our ANC is CPP. You as an individual, you can go and run on whatsoever party ticket you want to run on, or you run as an independent candidate. But then here we are. The Supreme Court has ruled and said that clause was unconstitutional, even though Mr. Cummings was taken to court to say he incited that clause. But then when Unity Party took the CPP to the Supreme Court, they didn't talk about the clause being incited by Mr. Cummings. Instead, they went to seek the legality of that clause, which shows that we all agree on that clause. But at the time we agree on that clause, they didn't know that it was constitutional or unconstitutional. So they have gone to the Supreme Court to interpret that clause. And the Supreme Court came back in as much as I do not agree with that. And I'm not sure the ANC or the CPP in general agree to that, but it is the ruling of the Supreme Court. That's the highest court in our country. And we have to abide by it, that it is unconstitutional. So yes, I wrote it, and the intention, and let me tell you, and it's unfortunate we're going back to this thing because the Supreme Court has already ruled. Mr. Cummings didn't put anything there, but the intent was to keep us together. The intent was to keep us together. The intent was people should not leave the CPP. It should not just be we want to go in and come out. That was the intent we put it there. We all agree on it, but other people said they didn't know about it. Other people said, like for example, Ambassador Boakai said he knew about resignation clause. He didn't know withdrawal clause. So that's where we are, but I'm not sure we should go back. You know, I'm one person who, when you are bereaved and
Yeah.
Are you hearing me?
We are hearing you.
I'm back. So I am one person who, when you are bereaved and I was around, I stay where I am. I say my condolences to you. I counsel you. But when I come, I usually do not want to go back to you to say my condolences, because it's like you have an old soul and then you are picking it. So that soul will not get will not get healed. You will always wound that soul. So I don't want to talk much about CPP anymore. We want to move forward. We're moving forward with our framework document. We're reviewing our framework document. We engaging other political parties to join the CPP so that we can have a vibrant opposition that will take on this government. That's what we are working on now. We're not going to look back. What has happened, even though we know that there will be consequences, whether it will be God will carry on what's supposed to happen, or whether we will take on action, but there will be consequences. That is true. And I think some of the consequences we are seeing some right now. You know, God doesn't like people who will just want to tarnish somebody reputation just because they want to tarnish. We saw what happened in Lofa. That could be a consequence. We saw what happened recently in a convention. That could be a consequence. I'm not saying that they said, but that could be some of the consequences. So I really don't want to go back to CPPE, former CPP with 4 political parties. Right now, I'm talking about the brand new CPP that is coming to place. That's what we are concentrating on.
Great. Evidently, you will need the support of the Unity Party. You need the support of the ALP. You will need the support of almost every opposition group, for the most part, to beat Senator Sir Joseph, who has demonstrated some form of humanitarian work. Now, since you want to switch away from the CPP, I'll give it to you. Let's switch away from the CPP. Let's talk about the individual parties. Let's talk about how you would amalgamate forces after what you've said. Let me give you the benefit of the doubt, and the viewers and the listeners. There's an article that came out in 2020, May 16, and this is what the article title publishes. Even Joe Boyka knows Cummings is innocent. ANC executive challenges Ure Mo Ali on the framework document alteration. Now, I'm not sticking with the framework document. I want to stick with these individual names that were mentioned. You are on record of saying that you did vote for former Vice President Joseph Yuma Boyka 2017. You voted for him. But here's my question to you. You challenged Mo Ali. For example, this is what you said about Theodore Momo. You said Theodore Momo, who is today in the witness seat, racking and lying, was the one who asked Mr. Cummings whether the various chairpersons of the constituent political parties will sign the document. And Cummings said yes. This is what he said about Benedict Ure. I challenge Mr. Ure to call and say what I am saying is not truth. So in other words, you took on almost everybody within the opposition for the most part. What do you say, and how do you intend to mend these fences?
Thank you. Thank you for the question.
You muted yourself again. We're not hearing you. You just muted yourself.
Sorry. Let me tell you, we want to go to the Senate with integrity. If our integrity will cause us to lose the seat, or if our integrity when we are elected will cause people to hate us, we will continue to be that person. We will continue to talk for our people. We'll continue to work for our people. And I am repeating here. And I know most of our supporters today are listening to us, and they will say, yes, what I'm saying is true. I still continue and I stand by my everything I said before. I met them. I didn't just get up to speak, or because I need somebody's support, so I should deny what I said. It is because I am who I am. I should be speaking the truth. I should not be, just because of political reason, I should deny it. I stand by it, and I'm saying it here again publicly that Theodore Momo, who sat in a chair, racking himself and lying, he was the one in the chat room, because I am a member of the National Advisory Council chat room. He was the one in that chat room who asked Mr. Cummings, when Mr. Cummings posted the final framework document in the chat room, he was the one who asked Mr. Cummings, Mr. Chair, are the chairperson signing as well, or only the political leaders will sign? Mr. Cummings said yes, the chairpersons will also sign that document. I'm confirming, and I'm challenging them to come and say I lie. And no, Steve, this is nothing to go back to. I will always say the truth. There are a lot of things. Maybe sometimes people will say, no, leave this one for another time, leave this other Buddha for another time. But I will always say the truth. I will not say because I'm going to look for vote, so I shouldn't say the truth. I'm a different politician. I come from an administrative background. I come from the private sector. You have to, if it costs me to, if I should lose the election because I'm telling the Liberian people the truth, then let it be. But I'm not going to lie to people. I'm not going to be the politician. Yeah.
Let me interrupt you for a second. We only have 3 minutes to go. Once the radio is off, we're going to go off for today's show, because we were here for like 1 hour before even getting some connection. So we've been here throughout struggling, but we just try to make it happen. We will reschedule this interview if you are available for next Saturday. So I want to give you the opportunity. I want to give you the opportunity to make your closing comment. So we will be out of here in less than 10 minutes.
Thank you. So I want to say thank you for inviting me on this show. You know, I have long been waiting to become on your show, and today I'm on your show. It is really an opportunity for me to be here, to talk to my people and talk to other people across the globe, because I know your show is being watched by people across the globe, the diaspora, Liberians in the diaspora, the people of Liberia, the people of Montserrado especially. So
Gosh. I don't know. Can we mute the radio? The phone.
You hearing me, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so I want to say that we are vying for the Senate. I know we have supporters across all of the political parties in this country. I must admit to you, we have even supporters in the CDC that are supporting us. We have supporters in the very Unity Party or ALP. We have other supporters from the non-position, and we have supporters in the diaspora, people who just feel that they should support me, and we're looking forward to everybody's support. But I also want to say here that, and I will admit to you, this is a very big challenge for me, that you have supporters across, people who are supporting the president, but they believe that I should be the next senator of Montserrado County. People who are supporting Ambassador Boaka, but believe that I should be the next senator of Montserrado County. This is a challenge for me, but hey, I'm not going to shy away from it, that I support Mr. Alexander B. Cummings for president, because I believe that when he's senator, it makes the job easier for me to work for my people, because he will not be that president who will interfere with the legislature, and he will have people there who will reject some of his things he will be saying. Like myself, Mr. Kumi knows that very well. He tells me in my face that I'm very friendly, I'm doing a lot of good work for him. But when it comes to telling him the truth, I tell him the truth. We will talk it and we will trash it. We'll get back on the table towards what is good for our people. And that is what we want to carry to the legislature. And I'm telling all of my supporters across the country, I'm not going to shy away from the ANC. I'm not going to shy away from Mr. Alexander B. Cummings. He's the one I want to help to fix this country. So yes, all of my supporters, I'm convincing them. Some of them are buying in. Some of them are seeing reasons why they should support Mr. Cummings, and most of them are crossing over. And I want to assure you that we'll go into this thing here. We will win the elections. Maybe next time we have other things to say why some people will think that they should not support me.
All right, thank you very much. We got to leave it there. So to the folks in Liberia, I want to say thank you very, very much. We are already over our time. It's 1 minute after 8 p.m. in Liberia. Johnson, Melbourne, Kola, I want to say thank you to you and the team. Any last word for our people before you leave us?
Yes, we just want to say thanks to all of you, even though today it's been a little bit hectic, especially from our guests. But how be it, thanks to the SKTV family. And Steve, I don't know where you've been, but how be it, you said you're somewhere around. Yeah, because I've been receiving another text message here about Steve.
Yeah, where's Steve? Where's Steve? Everybody
Man, our situation, I couldn't hear no. Our situation.
All right, so that's great. So for there you have it. So by the grace of Almighty God, tomorrow, the same time and the same station, that we're going to be here.
And then before you go, Mr. Kula, tomorrow we have Honorable Yeke Koiquah here as our guest.
Wow.
And then we will see if the internet is going to be acting out. He will go to the studio, but we'll make sure we make the proper arrangement before the show time to make sure that everything is good. If not, then we'll make sure you go to the studio. But the Honorable Yeke Koiquah, Representative Audition number 10, Montserrado County, will be here tomorrow, just so you know.
All right, so there you have it. So I want to say good night from our end, Steve, because here is already after 8 o'clock in the night already, and I guess to your side it's maybe in the afternoon time. So
it's 1 o'clock. It's 1 o'clock here.
My man, I'm warming up for the chilling tonight. I don't smoke chilling with you.
Steve, I get it. Steve, that's it. No problem, Steve. I'll stay here with Steve. Yeah.
My man, I don't forget you. Relax.
I know. I'll stay here. No problem.
All right, Josie. Thank you. So, Steve, we got to leave it there for today.
Yes.
So tomorrow show. I know you came late, but we do not have time. We got to run away right now.
Yeah,
we got a lot of things. Yeah, we got a lot of things to cover. We'll be here tomorrow. I know we'll be sleeping, but we'll be here because tonight, part is all about celebrating our Independence Day, because we decided to celebrate it after the program because we got a lot of other programs. We have a lot of programs going on here, so we decided at least to give us some breathing room so we can have this event celebrated to the fullest. Yeah, so we are here. And tomorrow we'll be here with Honorable Yeke Koiquah. Steve, unless you have something else to say, we'll go. And by the way, Mo Ali will be here on Thursday. That is confirmed. Mo Ali will be here on Thursday. We'll talk Unity Party. We'll talk the convention. We'll talk Liberian politics. We'll talk about the way forward. We'll talk this 2023. We'll talk everything, anything you think about. What kind of stubborn fly attacking me? So that's what it is. We'll be here on Thursday, and Mo Ali will be here. But tomorrow first, it's going to be Yeke Koiquah. Monday, we're expecting some guests also Monday. But then Thursday, we'll have Yeke Koiquah. Then on Saturday, we'll try to redo
Sunday. It says Sunday, we'll have Yeke Koiquah. Thursday, we'll have Mo Ali.
That's what I'm saying. It's tomorrow, Sunday. It's tomorrow. That was it tomorrow. I'm talking about next week now.
Yeah, but you said Thursday, we'll have Yeke Koiquah here.
No, Thursday, Mo Ali. I apologize. That was a mistake. Unless you have something else to say, we gotta go.
Yes,
I gotta-
we gotta go back to the hall to finish up what we're doing there. I just thought to pop in and check in with our people here, but we'll stay around. Today, thank God we couldn't wear the glasses. We're good, but tomorrow will not be late.
Your eye looking clear now.
Yes, it looks so much better. The medicine is working, but
That's good.
tomorrow will not be late. We'll be here. We'll fall down inside all. Where you got that buried there and that's there. You will say I want home tomorrow.
All right, man.
All right, thank you, Mr. Can I see you later?
Yeah, see you in a little bit.
Yes, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am Soledad dear boy. I'm glad with the great opportunity given me to introduce to you your president.
Babu want to become president. Muskiro want to become president. Poppy Dossa want to become president. Crazy man you see want to become president. Mr. Kede want to become president. Mr. Lala man want to become president. President you will see you. Mr. Roro want to become president. Diego. Now how the president business will be. We suffering for some more. Mr. Lala want to become president. President you see want to become president. Mr. Become president. It can't be one angry. Let me tell you something. When they want to become president with Lala, they will come and say, as the president of the Republic of Liberia, I thank you people for introducing me as the president. The power invested in me as the president of the Republic of Liberia. I want to make sure I will bring the rest press down. Yeah. I'm going to pull all the fear press down. I'm going to bring the gasoline press down. Yeah. Kalolo want to become president. Yeah, you know he say again, you want to tell me say president will charge money eat become president? Trust take up become president? And now he say, Liberia will follow. When they be president to them, they will stand and say, I'm Mason. I will bring down Moldova and bear you new Moldova. I'm going to make sure I'm not going to steal the government money. I'm going to make sure 7-7 get their back pay. I'm the president going to make sure that the AFA going to be paid in 2 weeks. I'm going to make sure the student going to get 12 buses. I'm going to make sure for the little children they say